The season of autumn has a very distinct quality about it. It's that time of year that we associate with richness and fullness. Root vegetables, pumpkins, spiced drinks, open fires, the leaves turning gold and brown. It's a very full and abundant season. But at the same time, there's another side to the autumn, in that the light starts to draw in, the mornings are cool and crisp, the light starts to change and shift, the leaves fall off the trees, and all of this is an encroaching reminder that winter is on the horizon. The season of autumn is heavily associated with the element of metal. The metal element symbolizes this process of appraising and recognizing value, so that we can recognize what then is superfluous to that, anything which is excessive, and through the sharp edge of the metal, cut it away and dismiss it, discard it, so that we can proceed on a more streamlined basis. The lungs are responsible for gathering and receiving new qi and energy and influence, whilst the large intestine refines and separates the useful from the useless before excreting and discarding that which is no longer useful. This sequence of Qi Gong movements is designed to help to encourage the function of the lungs and the large intestine. In so doing, it will enhance your resonance with the metal element and your overall relationship with the season of the autumn. It's designed to open the chest, which will encourage the function of the lungs in receiving this new and vital qi, whilst at the same time incorporating elements of the metal that will start to slice and refine through excessive and accumulated patterns of energy and help to let them go, so that we can move into the next season with a greater sense of clarity and refinement. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you. I'd very much appreciate it if you would take the time to leave a like, to subscribe to this channel, and to leave me a comment about how this routine sits with you. Enjoy. Alrighty, so starting today with our feet shoulder width apart, having a gentle bend in the knees as we start to just turn through the hips. Let the arms be nice and loose here. Resist the temptation to move them actively, and just letting them knock against the lower back and the lower abdomen. Taking some nice deep breaths as we settle into our practice today. With each deep breath, just inviting ourselves to relax the arms even more, releasing any little pockets of tension, feeling that we need to do anything actively with the arms, just let them swing. And feeling the swing starting in the hips, moving up into the lower back and the mid back, and all the way up into the upper back. And just feel how as we relax our arms and our shoulders even more, we can really start to feel that twist reaches deeper into the spine, integrating the whole spinal cord. And as we twist, letting the head follow over the shoulder with the body. Keep your eyes level. Keep your gaze soft. Bringing this twist into the neck now as well. Letting the hips guide this twist through the whole spinal cord. Last few deep breaths now. And slowly bring it to a stop and shake it all free. Okay, so starting today, as we aim to build our resonance with the metal element, we're going to start by opening the two metal meridians, which are the large intestine and the lung. Now, the large intestine meridian starts on the outside of the index finger, so we're going to take our fingers on the opposite hand and start tapping on the outside of the index finger there. Now, following this tapping up through the back of the hand and then up along the back of the arm, along the outside of the bicep, through the deltoid, up along the back of the shoulder, up the side of the neck, onto the cheek, and then all the way across the face to the other side of the nose. Once again, outside of the index finger, back of the hand, back of the forearm, through the outside of the bicep, the deltoid, back of the shoulder, outside of the neck, and then through to the other side of the nose. One more time, outside of the index finger, back of the hand, back of the arm, outside of the bicep, through along the back of the shoulder, side of the neck, and then along to the other side of the nose. Alrighty, taking this trajectory to the other side, outside of the index finger on the other hand, back of the hand, back of the forearm, outside of the bicep, back of the shoulder, and then up along to the other side of the nose. Outside of the index finger, back of the hand, up the outside of the arm, back of the shoulder, and then through to the other side of the nose. One more time on this side, index finger, back of the hand, back of the arm, and then through, finishing on the other side of the nose. Okay, now for the lung meridian, we take a loose fist and we find that dip below the collarbone, sort of between the shoulder and the chest there. There's a nice pronounced dip. What we want to do is take a loose fist and just pounding gently but firmly into there. Now following down the inside of the bicep this time, the inside of the forearm, through up into the mound of the thumb, and then into the thumb itself. Once again, taking that loose fist below the collarbone, inside of the bicep, inside of the forearm, and through into the thumb. Once again, inside of the bicep, inside of the forearm, and into the thumb. Taking this to the other side now, loose fist below the collarbone, finding that dip on this side as we follow along the inside of the bicep, inside of the forearm, and through into the thumb. From the top, under the collarbone, inside the bicep, inside the forearm, and into the thumb. One more time now. Following down the inside of the arm, and into the thumb there. And just shaking these nice open meridians free. Now feet shoulder width apart. We're going to take the palms of our hands and press them outwards like so. Inhaling as we reach, feeling a stretch on the inside of the arms. Inhale all the way, and exhale to release. Inhale to stretch once again. Really pushing that stretch on the inside of the arm. And then exhale to release. Inhaling to stretch. And exhale to release. Okay, now taking the thumb and the fingers, the outside of the hand, pushing out this time. Inhale as we stretch. Feeling the stretch on the other side of the arm this time. And exhale to release. Inhale to stretch. Exhale to release. Inhale to stretch. And exhale to release. Shaking the arms free. Now, bring the arms up, palms facing down, elbows at a 90-degree angle, level with the shoulders. I want us to start by inhaling as you bring the elbows back, shoulder blades coming together, chest expanding. And then exhale as you flip the palms face up, chest compressing, elbows coming forward, shoulder blades coming apart as we exhale. Inhaling, flipping the palms face down once again, elbows coming back, shoulder blades coming together, pinching as the chest expands, and exhale, palms flipping again as the chest compresses and the upper back expands. Making this smooth now as we inhale, elbows coming back, shoulder blades together, chest opening, exhale, chest compresses, upper back expands. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, chest expands, exhale, upper back expands. Inhale and exhale. Really feeling as we're opening the chest and the upper back, giving the lungs space to work, space to breathe, space to release. And we're going to expand on this resonance with the lungs now. And as we exhale, we're going to make the sound shh. Sound resonates with the lungs, helping to clear any turbid, stagnant qi that tends to accumulate there. Inhale, shh. Last few breaths. Last one now. Okay. And shaking it free. So now feet hip width apart. As we breathe in, We're going to bring the arms up and out into cactus arms, opening the chest, and then exhale as you bring the elbows up and forward, squatting down as much as is comfortable as we contract down. Inhaling again, expanding out to cactus arms, and exhaling as you bring it up and round, squatting forward again as much as is comfortable and contracting forwards. Inhaling, opening the chest, exhaling up and round. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. Inhale, expand, and exhale, contract. Inhale, expand, opening the chest, and exhale, contract. Inhale, expand, and exhale, contract. And I want to build on this movement now. As we exhale and we contract, I want to inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead, and then exhale down the midline like so. Swooping the arms back up into cactus, inhale, exhale, contracting forward, inhale up and overhead, and exhale down the midline. Inhale into cactus, exhale up and overhead, inhale to swoop, and exhale down the midline. Inhale into cactus, exhale to contract, swooping up and overhead, and exhale down the midline. Last couple of breaths here. Inhale to expand, exhale, contract. Inhale to swoop, and finally exhaling down the midline. Shaking it all free. Now for the first tiger movement, what I want us to do is to stand hip width apart like so. Hands starting, palms face up at the pubic bone. Inhale as we start to bring the hands up the midline. At the level of the chest, turning the hands up and out as we continue to reach overhead. At the top, engage the hands into claws, and I'll show you from the side. Exhale as we bend the knees, send the hips back, bouncing forwards. Let the arms drop at the bottom. Inhale as we bring the arms back and round. Exhaling as you bring the heel forwards and pounce once again. Toes pointed up. Inhale to bring the hands back the way they came. Left foot in alignment with the right. And then exhale down the midline. Once again, inhale. Up the midline, up and out at the level of the chest, reach up overhead, hands into claws, exhaling as we bend the knees, sending the hips back, pouncing forward once again. Let the arms drop down, inhaling as we bring the arms back and round. The right heel goes forward this time, as we lean forwards and pounce once again. Inhale, bringing the hands back the way they came, and finishing as we exhale, down the midline again. Inhale up the midline, up and out of the chest, reaching overhead, hands engage into claws, knees bend, hips back, bouncing forwards. Letting the arms drop, reaching back and round, left heel comes forward once again, bouncing forwards. Inhale to bring it back, and down the midline. Inhale, up and out. Exhale, hands into claws, knees bend, hips go back. Arms drop down, reaching back and round, right heel forward once again. Exhale as we bow once more. Inhale, bringing the hands back, and exhale down the midline. Let's have one other. And exhale to finish up. Shaking it free. Now for the second tiger movement, what we want to do is bring our right foot forward, facing forwards, the back foot, the left foot, facing outwards at about 20 degrees. And this movement really comes down to leaning back on the back foot, bringing the front toes up, and then leaning forward on the front toes, bringing the back heel up. This sort of seesawing motion back and forth. And as we're doing this, on the inhale, leaning back on the back heel as the front toes come up, bringing the arms around and back like so. On the inhale, exhaling, coming forward onto the front toes as the back heel comes up and we pounce once again. Inhale, front toe coming up, leaning on the back leg. Exhale, hands into claws, pouncing forwards, front toes down, back heel up. Inhale, front toes coming up. Exhale, pouncing forwards. Inhale, front toes coming up. Exhale, pouncing forwards. Taking this to the other side, so the left foot forward this time, facing forwards, right foot pointed out about 20 degrees. We're going to lean back on the back leg this time as we inhale, front toes coming up, and exhale, bouncing forward. Inhale, bouncing. Inhale, bouncing. Exhale to finish up. Shaking it all free. Okay, so to finish up, bringing the feet close together. We're going to have our right hand facing up at the level of the pubic bone, left hand swooping up and overhead on the inhale, and then exhale to slice down the midline like so. Inhale coming up, exhale slicing down the midline. Inhale and exhale. Last couple of breaths now. Slicing down the midline, focusing our attention. Inhale, slicing down the midline. And one last exhale. Okay. Shaking all free. Feet hip width apart. Right hand in a fist. Left hand open. Bring them together. And bowing forward to each other. Thank you very much for following along. I hope that was a beneficial practice for you. And that you feel attuned and resonant with the season of autumn. I encourage you to continue practicing over the next few weeks as we move into winter time. This is really going to help to collect and refine our energy and have the resources that we need to go through the harsh, cold winter ahead. So thank you very much for watching.